Now, just 2 months ago, Brittany grew suspicious of Tim and decided to use her GPS to track him with her cell phone. You won't believe what he was doing once she found him. Take a look.
Tim has cheated on me throughout our entire relationship.
Brittany had caught me having sex with my ex.
I GPS'd his phone. I drove there and saw her car. They were in the car, struggling to get their clothes on. Tim freaked out. He jumped out of the car with only his boxers on.
I jumped on the hood of her car since I couldn't get inside of it.
He was screaming and yelling at the top of his lungs in the most high-pitched voice, pleading for me to let him in the car.
Brittany, let me in! Let me in!
I saw my entire relationship with Brittany and my daughter flash right in front of my eyes.
I sat in my car and laughed and laughed.
The police came and I was arrested.
Tim doesn't only cheat on me with women. Once I went onto his computer, I found his email flooded with Craigslist ads from men.
I have a really strong sex drive. For me, it is purely about satisfying a sexual urge. There's no emotional connection for me.
Tim has left me confused, to say the least.
I'm just trying to calm her down so that I can bring her to bed. Brittany needs to know that I'm completely finished being unfaithful to her.
I really just don't know if I could ever find myself trusting him again or believing anything that he says.
Okay, so she caught you having sex with an ex-girlfriend,
That's correct, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And how many times have you hooked up with this ex-girlfriend?
With the same person, I'd have to estimate it. It was probably about 5 times.
How many times have you cheated on her overall?
About 11.
You've cheated with this one like 5 times. You've cheated like 11 times. And you're hooking up with guys as well. You're on Craigslist hooking up with men.
I have on occasion.
And you've done that with you in the room. You said you've been on a computer hooking up with these guys with you in the room.
It consumes, he'll be on it for a week straight, just looking constantly.
Okay, so you have no concern or consideration for what she thinks about this at all?
Well, at the time that it was consuming the majority of my time, she knew about that part of me. And there was a time during our relationship where she had actually given me permission to go on the internet to find these friends that I was looking for.
Is there any discontinuation criteria that you have? No, I'm serious. Is there any point at which you would say, okay, that's enough? Because obviously he's beat the hell out of you numerous times. He's cheated on you a dozen times that we know about. You've caught him red-handed. He's hooking up with men on Craigslist. And tell me, what would be your discontinuation criteria? When would you say, okay, that's it for me?